What up everyone, and welcome to another episode of Keeping Calm with Adilo Chino. First video of 2021. I hope you guys had a wonderful New Year's and a good Christmas. But I'm out here in Dandenong Ranges doing the Outlook track. It's so lovely out here, like I'm buzzing out. There's so many trees. I usually don't like coming out to Dandenong, to be honest, because it's really touristy and you don't really get to see much good views. Well, you do, but I like more of a scenic route where you get to see beaches and stuff like that and water. But here, if you can hear nature, it's so pretty. Like there's massive trees everywhere. Wait, let me get the trees in. They're huge. I got my braids on. A bit messy though, because I've had it for 3 days and I've slept through it, and I played cricket in this here. And like it's so nice out here. But I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I'm going to try to do in the next videos that I'm going to be coming out with, and that is going to be man versus mental health. I'm going to be talking about how, like myself as a male, I identify myself as a male. Do I? I think I do. I will be talking about my mental health struggles and relate it towards what is common within a lot of men. Well, for me, for example. So that's what the next series is going to be about, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today. I'm going to bringing up topics where I talk about what is pretty common with us men, and also how it actually plays on my mental health. And I'm going to start off with a real key point, because society makes us men so strong. Us men, we do have feelings. We do have feelings where we are afraid and all of that. It's human nature to have feelings. But the biggest, I don't know how to put it, but the biggest challenge for myself and a lot of males out there, especially when it comes to mental health, is commitment. The reason why I talk about commitment is that we as males and myself find it so hard to commit to things, and there's so much mental health and emotions involved in this, especially anxiety and all of that, especially when it comes to relationships, doing things out of the comfort zone, you know, being committed to doing something. Us men tend to kind of get overwhelmed with anxiety, emotions, feelings, and like we get so confused. We do. I'm one of them. I get like, when I try to commit to something, I'm like, oh my God, 1,000 billion emotions run through my head. It's so hard to talk about, because it's like trying to go through this whole pool of emotions at times when it comes to committing to something or someone. You just got so many unknowns, and us men are, like for me and a lot of my mates, I'm gonna generalize this more. Like I wanted to talk about myself, but I want to incorporate other perspectives and people that I've talked to, is that commitment is a type of thing where a lot of men, we kind of live for today, and we're so worried about things like, you know, the future and all of that, and then we get all scared. We kind of get in this whole ball of emotion. As I said before, people don't really see that. People, oh my God, he's just jumping around from one thing to another. He's not committed to doing something, you know, relationships and all of that. That's not just the case, you know. Us men, yeah, we like a lot of new things, we like to upgrade and all of that, but there is more to it than you actually think. I've spoken to people, like I did a bit of research behind the scenes with people. I want to put them on videos, but it's so hard to put people on videos because a lot of people are camera shy and they're like, nah, I don't want to jump on a video, but I'll give you my insight. So I was talking to a good friend of mine, as usual, the story goes like that, is that I was like, you know, why is it so hard for males to commit to certain things? And they're like, a lot of men are not comfortable with consistency. I'm like, wait, how does that actually relate to commitment? And then my mate was like, you know, the thing with commitment is that you got to be consistent every single time. And us men, we not all men, but a majority of men are just not consistent regardless of what they do. And you know, there's always a third factor coming into it, such as, you know, wanting new things, like I said before, going out, you know, trying to prove a point to people, you know, trying to one up each other. That's another thing. There's a lot of cases where it's hard to actually come out with your emotions and commit to your emotions at time, because a lot of people will, you know, you think in your head like, wow, what are people gonna think, and what am I doing, and all of this, and like, is it really the right path I'm taking? Should I commit to 100%? And like, for me, I'm working on the whole aspect of committing in whatever I do, regardless of if it's friendships, relationships, eating food, whatever. Just being committed and consistent with that commitment. Because at the end of the day, it's hard being a man in this society. It is. People talk about, oh my God, he needs to be strong. But you know, when us men, we bottle in all our emotions, and when it comes to actually letting out emotions and stuff like that and committing to certain things, that's when the emotions override. That's when I myself struggle with a lot. People don't see it. People think, you know, he's a man, he's strong, but in reality, we're as fragile as any other things that are out there. It's hard to speak about this because emotions are not really brought up in our day-to-day conversation. When I talk with my mates, women, they like to talk to their friends, you know, open up, and with the emotional aspects, women think more in the emotional sense than men. So that's why commitment and all of that is so difficult. There's probably a statistic out there that, you know, probably 5% of people commit, 5% of people of the male population commit to certain things. So yeah, I better stop mumbling and bambling and talking a lot, because it has reached a lot of minutes in this video. But if you guys are new, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ma'asalama and peace. I better go because there's so many people walking and I just feel awkward talking in front of them. Why am I whispering? I don't know. Ma'asalama and peace. I forgot to mention in this video is that on the other side of this track, so this mountain behind me over here, is the 1000 steps, which is really famously known in Melbourne. A lot of tourists go to it, and there's like 1000 steps that take you up to the Kokoda track. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but on the side over there, there's a track dedicated to soldiers who fought in, I think, Papua New Guinea in World War II. But go and check it out, because it's really amazing. The views there are so crazy. You see mountains everywhere. But I'll tell you a secret. It's not really 1000 steps. It's like 7.